Hello, welcome to the Q. It is Operation 8th Air Force. It is turn number 6, UK, France. And let's see what we got going. UK has 16 to spend. They're going to start a fort in Lower Egypt, upgrade a militia. They're going to buy a militia. We got 1 infantry and 1 marine for 16. 7 for FEC, it's going to be a Gurkha and an infantry. And 9 for Anzacs. They're going to start a fort in Sydney and an infantry and save $1. Let's get on to their tech rolls. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, that's right. They're both at stage 1. Both at 7. I was trying to think of what that first one was, construction and submarines. So let's see what we get here. We got an 11 and a 3. So we're back to 50-50. That is anti-sub warfare. So all the submarine defense or convoy defense techs are at stage 2. That's nice, but combat, I don't think we have any combat because what we have is just non-combat. No more new convoy moves. So let's do some movement. We've got this Dutch sub here, which has got to get out of Dodge. He'll be British here soon, I believe, but he can move 3. So we'll go up 1, 2, 3 here into P44 with those French subs. Our coastal sub here in P34. We'll go over 1 to P35. That's the extent of our movements here. We've got a transport in Calcutta. He'll come out 1, 2, 3, and he'll go into Aden. There's an Anzac transport in Aden that'll use the strategic naval move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and he'll go in port here in South Australia. So that's that. Next up, we've got this transport here. Looks like FPC transport is going to grab the infantry and anti-aircraft gun from Cape Town, and they're going to come up 1, 2, 3 into I-5, drop them off into Lower Egypt, and it'll go in port in Lower Egypt. All right. So that means, what do we got left here? He's staying. We've got a transport here in A44, which is going to use a strategic naval movement. So we don't care about the Italians. 1, 2, 3, 4. And he's into A22, but he's going to go in port there in southern England. All right. What other movements? All right, get that out of the way. This guy is going to come off escort duty in A21, which is that destroyer. All right. So we got 2 destroyers there. Let's add a 3rd and a 4th destroyer from A35. 1, 2, 3. And let's add a medium heavy cruiser, and a light carrier, and a tactical. All right. So those are there. All right, so we got this coastal defense ship here in, I don't know what that is, A23, so it's going to go up 1 to A6. Our fighter here in London is going to come over 1 to southern England. Our air transport in London will grab the Marine, come out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 into Gibraltar, dropping the Marine off there. All right, so I think the coastal, or not just coastal, the seaplane, I think we're going to move it down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into Gibraltar as well. Leave that transport there. That fleet stays as is. I think we'll bring this sub from A4 down here into A21 there. And I'm thinking that's the extent of the moves for the Britain. We're going to move up this, what you would call it here, mountain infantry to northern England, sorry. And I believe we are good. Now, I wonder if I want to do something with that medium bomber different. No. So we've got 4 rails in Europe. So let's rail this infantry out of northern Europe, or northern England, down to London. All right. That is the extent of the UK movements. All right, so let's place our goods here. We're going to upgrade a militia, and that's going to be here in British Somaliland. Get rid of the militia guy. The militia we're going to place up in Scotland. The Marine goes in London. And then the infantry, we don't really have anything down here to pick up with a transport. Maybe we should play it safe. Place that in northern England. Yeah, that's probably what I should have done instead of moving that guy down. Do I like that? Yeah, let's move. Yeah, let's place him down here in Cape Town, just for grins. So that was that. The fort here, I'll just put that marker there to finish it. Well, you know what? I may not finish it next turn. It depends what the Italians do. So I'll put it there with a marker on it. And I'll just get another fort and put it on the card there. Let's go on over to Calcutta and then Sydney, and I will leave that. No, you know what? I'm going to do the same thing with that because it depends what Japan does. So we'll start that fort there in Sydney. We'll add another infantry. And the Gurkha goes in Bengal, and the infantry goes here in Calcutta. And, oh, we have this guy with a train marker from Delhi. He's going to rail into Calcutta. So really, that's another green chip, those 3 units. So, and then I can do that. All right. That's it for the placements. Let's get rid of their cash because they spent it all. Anzac saved 1. Because of the Dutch East Indies raid, FEC is at full production. They can declare war, I guess, huh? So they're going to get 7, and they saved 1, so they have 8. FEC is up to 9, so they are going to have 9 for next turn. So there's 2, 9. All right, so that's 9, 7, 9, and then Britain is up to 18. So what is this here? That is 16. So let's just add $2 there. All right. So that is the cash for next turn. We have some recruitment rolls, and we'll roll them here. Trying to get a blue dice. First one is Iran, and it has add a 1. No. The second one is the Netherlands, add a 1. Success. We're going to add 2 militia because I think the only place I can put them is there. If I could put them in the Dutch East Indies, I'd put them in Celebes, guarantee you. So we're going to add 2 militia, and I believe there's 4 infantry there. Oh, you know what? That's true. Here's the other one question. Finland, I think if the MRP is signed, Finland is controlled by Germany. But Global War Enthusiasts had them controlled by Britain. So if they are controlled by Britain, we're going to move one artillery out of Helsinki into northern Finland. And here's their roll. They are at a 2, and they fail. All right, so if that's not the case and it's Germany, then they can deal with it on their turn. So that's it for those rolls, the cash. France, they've got $10. We're going to buy a fighter because we're at the part where wherever they place their reinforcements, if they place it in Paris and they surround it, then it's useless. But a fighter can scramble anywhere or stay in Paris. So that's the idea there. All right, because I believe Germany's coming this turn. They may not go all out on France, but they sure look like they will. All right, so the French moves. We've got a battleship here in A22. We'll come over 1 to A21. We've got a battleship and a light cruiser from A35, which will come up into A21. And do we have anything here we want to adjust for the oncoming assault? I think not. You know what? Maybe we want to take this infantry out of Normandy and move them down here to Aquitaine. Let's see what we got in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, Paris is too beefy, so I got to make it less beefy. So try this around or go to Paris. So what to do? The reality is it doesn't matter because wherever you put these guys are going to get destroyed. So we'll take one guy out of Paris into Aquitaine. All right, so that gives 5 units into Aquitaine, 4 into southern France. Do we need those infantry there? There's really nothing that's going to come across that border, is there? Well, we'll leave them there just in case, just to prevent it. All right, I think we're good there. Let me see. I don't have any more French markers. The subs are staying, so we'll place our fighter here in Paris. And then they collect $11 now. So they'll have 11 for next turn if France has another turn. All right, so we're going to do a recap. No need to hang around if you don't want to. But here's the full recap because some serious action may or may not happen on the next turn. Suriname, no, French Guiana. Suriname will be British shortly. There's 2 transports in port and a Foreign Legion. We've got a medium bomber on map in A51. A54 has a destroyer on escort. Cape Town Infantry, British Somaliland Infantry, Aden Transport in port. And I-5 is a destroyer, but you know what? I think we want to move him up to M9. Or do we? Yeah, I think we do. All right, so he's in M9, the Anzac destroyer. In Lower Egypt is 3 infantry, 1 militia, 2 AAs, 1 fighter. We started a fort. We got a militia in Western Egypt. Militia in Malta. On escort in a M4. There really is nothing that can come there, is there? Yeah, we'll leave him there. French torpedo boat destroyer. A44 here. Is that the right sea zone? Yeah. 3 destroyers, 1 battle cruiser, 3 battleships, 3 heavy cruisers, 1 light carrier with a fighter, 2 light cruisers, and a torpedo boat destroyer. Gibraltar in port is a transport. In Gibraltar is 3 infantry, 1 marine, 1 anti-aircraft gun, 1 militia, 1 air transport, 1 seaplane. And I'm thinking this A28 sub is going to come down 1, 2, and join. So we're adding a sub to A44 there. Because things have changed from what we were planning on doing there. All right, so that's all there. All right, next up, A18, A19, A20, 3 French destroyers on escort. Now in A21 is a sub, 4 destroyers, 2 heavy cruisers, 1 light cruiser, 1 torpedo boat destroyer, 1 light carrier, 1 tactical bomber, 2 French battleships, and a French light cruiser. On map in A22 is a fighter. Southern England is a fighter, bomber, medium bomber, an infantry, and a transport and port in London. You know what? I railed this guy down from there, and then I thought I'd build one there, and then I moved him back to Cape Town like I originally planned. I'm going to cancel that rail and leave him up there. So London is an infantry, airborne, marine, 2 militia. Northern England is an infantry, mountain infantry, militia. Scotland is a militia. A6 is a coastal defense ship. All right, let's go into French proper. Normandy is a militia. Alsace-Lorraine is 2 militia and 2 infantry. Southern France is an anti-aircraft gun, militia, mountain, and an infantry, and a regular infantry. Aquitaine is 2 motorized, 2 regular infantry, 1 militia. Paris is 5 militia, 1 artillery, 1 AA gun, 1 fighter, 6 infantry. All right, let's go to the other side of the world to finish this up. Starting here in Ceylon and southern India and Sarawak are militia. In Calcutta is 8 FEC infantry, 3 British infantry, 2 Anzac infantry, 1 Gurkha, 1 anti-aircraft gun, 3 militia. In Malaya is Anzac infantry, artillery, British AA, and a militia. And last but not least, here in southern Australia is a transport and port, Sydney, 3 infantry, and a motorized, 2 militia there. We got 4 French subs and 1 Dutch sub in P44, and finally the coastal sub in P35. And that is it. It is up to Italy now to do their turn.